Hello students, in this segment we will going to discuss about the DNA replication. DNA replication is a process of DNA duplication in which DNA double or makes its copy, exact its copy. And it is also important because DNA should be duplicated before cell can divide, as we know that we will bacterial DNA is circular, and the circular DNA when replicated, it replicated in both the direction, and it is a bidirectional or and takes place within minutes, and the speed of replication in bacteria is faster, as we know. So in this segment we will discuss only DNA replication initiation. Basically, DNA replication can be divided into three stages: initiation, elongation and termination. These are distinguished by differences in the reactions taking place and in the enzymes required. In this segment we are only going to discuss DNA replication initiation. Before application discussion, there are some questions which can be arise in our mind, that are the parent DNA strands completely unwound before each is replicated? And does replication begin at a random places or at a unit point? After initiation at a point in the DNA, does replication proceed in one direction or both? These all are the questions arise in my mind when I started starting the replication first time. So what are the questions? We will get the answers in this segment. That replication begins at an origin and usually proceed bidirectionally in the E. coli. Okay, and what we say, we does not say because it is a hypothesis or it is a assumption. It all are proved by experimentally. Okay, so at the start, how we will find that the DNA replication is bidirectional process in the E. coli. How can we say it? We can say because a scientist named John Cairns studied the DNA replication in the radioactive medium. Okay, what did he do? He did when he grown the E. coli culture in a radioactive medium which contains the titanium labeled thymine. Okay, so when the DNA was carefully isolated, spread and overlaid with a photographic emulsion and left over for several weeks, the radioactive thymine residues generated. Okay, so radioactive thymine residues generated the tracks of silver grains in emulsion. Okay, producing an image of DNA molecule. These tracks revealed that the intact chromosome in E. coli is a circular structure, and radioactive DNA, which was isolated from the cells during replication, showed extra loop. It shows extra loop in the replicating DNA. The amount of radioactivity in the loop relative to the remainder of the DNA led Cairns to conclude that the loop in the DNA was the result of formation of two radioactive daughter cells, daughter strands, each complementary to parental strand. One or both ends of the loop are dynamic points. Dynamic points, which are termed as replication forks, where parental DNA is being unwound and separated strands quickly replicated. So this demonstrated that both the DNA strands are replicated simultaneously, and a variation in this experiment indicated that the both strands of replication for in E. coli is bidirectionally replicated in both the direction. Okay, so these experiments prove that the DNA replication is start at a particular origin and it replicate in both the directional. So in E. coli it is a both bidirectional process. So let's start with the initiation. Okay, as it has been discussed, it has been proved by the experiment that the replication start at a particular origin site, which is termed as origin of replication, ORIC in prokaryotes. So in E. coli it is called ORIC. It consists of 245 base pairs, many of which are highly conserved among bacteria. The general arrangement of these conserved sequences is shown in this diagram. As you can see, the key sequences are the two series of short repeats, in which 3 repeats of 13 base pair sequences and 4 repeats of 9 base pair sequences, which are conserved sequences at the ORIC. There are number of proteins involved in the initiation of replication. First of all, as we know that a complex of 20 DNA A molecules bind at the four 9 base pair repeat sequences here, and it requires ATP. So the DNA B protein that binds to this region, in case that binds to region in the reaction. So this is DNA A protein binds to these 4 nitrogenous base sequence repeats, and this reaction requires the ATP. And after that, when DNA A recognizes this sequence, this DNA sequence is wrap around the DNA A protein. After that, HU protein, it recruits, actually DNA A protein recruits the HU protein in the presence of ATP. It is ATP derived reaction where DNA A protein recruits the HU protein, and after HU proteins recognize this complex, there DNA B proteins come. DNA B protein come, and it starts the denaturation of this segment. So this sequence where 13 base pair sequences, which are the AT rich region, here hydrogen bonds present between the A and T is degraded by the DNA B protein. DNA B, which is a helicase, as we have discussed in the enzyme segment of this course, that DNA B is a helicase which binds to this replication fork, and start the unwinding of these strands, and DNA-C help the DNA-B protein to binding at this reaction, or ATP is and the ATP is also required for the reaction to occur. So helicase is a hexameric protein. After, when helicase binds both the forks, both the direction, it starts the unwinding in bidirectionally. As the strands are open, there are single stranded binding proteins come and binds to these single strands to prevent the re-annealing of these sequences. And topoisomerase protein, as this comes to release the stress. What is the stress? Why stress is produced here? As these are the two helicals, when it starts the unwinding, it starts the when unwinding of these segment is started, then this negatively supercoiled stretch of DNA is converted into the positively supercoiled, which produce a stress. If this produced stress will not be removed, then the DNA may be break down. So the topoisomerase protein comes, which remove these stress by breaking down the phosphodiester bond and making the phosphodiester bond again. So the stress is released by the topoisomerase protein, which is also known as gyrase. So initiation is the only phase of DNA replication which is regulated, which is known to be regulated, and it is regulated that only one initiation can occur in each round of the cell division. So DNA replication initiation is very important, regulated, and it is regulated. Okay, in next segment we will going to discuss about the translation process of DNA replication.